What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Twisted Twenties. This is a podcast dedicated to reminding you of your God given purpose through personal testimonies, trials, and personal revelations. I believe that each and every single one of us was created with a purpose, for a purpose, and it is up to us to align with it. I'm your host, T. Louise. Y'all, welcome back to Twisted Twenties. I know it has been a minute since I have posted anything new. I think my last episode was November 7th. And if I'm being completely honest with you guys, I wanted to take a break. I am taking a break. But today's episode is the only reason I'm doing this episode is because of something that I read last night. I happened to look at my reviews, which is something I typically don't do often. So I don't know if people leave reviews or not unless I look. Apple does not send notifications when people leave reviews, which is really messed up. I think that they should. But I want to dedicate today's episode to someone who left me the most moving review that I have ever read for my podcast. This person, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, but it says Cheyenne C. And I just want to read this to y'all. Cheyenne said that everything about this podcast is amazing. From the content to the music to T. Louise herself, her voice, her style, the realness and rawness of life that she brings to the table with love. It's truly incredible. This podcast has been life-changing for me. God is really talking through you and your experiences. Listening to this podcast has blessed my life every episode. There has been so many times where it's felt like you really know me. Like you hear the things I pray about and you give me hard godly truths like I'm getting advice from a best friend. I can hear the love of God in your voice. Thank you so much for being brave enough to talk and walk in your purpose, T. Louise. Your ministry and your testimony is everything. God bless you, girl. Cheyenne, I do not know you, but I just want you to know that that review, I cannot put into words what that did for me. You left that review on Apple, and I don't know how long Apple takes to process reviews and things, but you left that review October 10th, and I'm just now seeing it on November 30th. Your review blessed me in a way that I will forever be grateful for. I have been in a place, and this is not like my normal episodes, y'all. We're about to go ahead and get into it's none of that today. This is it. I have been in a place of pride. God revealed that to me today. I have been in a place of pride, and typically, I wouldn't call myself a very prideful person. I don't think that I'm very prideful. But when I say I have been in a place of pride, I mean that I've been so consumed with how I feel, not feeling like I want to do my podcast, not feeling, I don't feel like doing it. That's how I've been feeling. I had to literally force myself to do the episode that I put out on November 7th. I didn't want to do the episode. And with work being so draining and working every day except for 2 days out of the week, it has been draining for me mentally, physically, emotionally. And what I do on my podcast is I pour into you guys. And when I read that review tonight, It's no coincidence. It's no coincidence that God had me read that review tonight. There's no coincidence at all. I have been in a place of pridefulness. And when I say that, I mean that I've been so prideful, consumed with myself and how I feel, that I never even stopped to look at the bigger picture. That I never stopped to think that it's bigger than me. It's bigger than how I feel. It's bigger than not wanting to do it. It is bigger than me. And when I read that tonight, it only confirmed what God said to me today about me being prideful. But not only did it confirm that, it also gave me a glimpse. It gave me a glimpse of what God is about to do for me. He gave me a glimpse of the impact that I'm going to have in people's lives. All I needed was that glimpse. And Cheyenne, I hope I'm saying your name right, and I hope that you hear this episode, because I want to bless you, and I hope that God blesses you for blessing me the way that you did. I love you. I appreciate you, and I am so grateful, and I'm so honored to have someone like you listening to Twisted Twenties. And I truly hope that whatever is going on in your life, whatever purpose that God has placed on the inside of you, that you go after that purpose full force. I'm going to share something with y'all. Last night we went to church. We go to church on Tuesday nights. We go to this class called Celebrate Freedom. And the class, last night's session really touched me, because I really and truly believe that God is going to do a lot of things through me. And the way that my big sister, she's one of my mentors as well, the way that she broke it down was, she said, you have 33 days to do what you have to do. She said, there is only 33 days left in the year. In these 33 days, what are things that you are going to do to get in alignment with what God is going to do in your life? There are some things that God is going to need you to step into in 2023 that you cannot step into until you get in alignment now. And this, I'm not lost for words, but I'm lost for words. Like, y'all do not understand getting on a podcast week after week, month after month, and not really knowing if anyone is listening to you other than yourself, because I do listen to my episodes. I listen to them fully, start to finish. But not knowing if someone is listening to you, and then you get on and you read a review like that. I have been doing this podcast since 2019. 2019. And since 2019, I am just now seeing what God promised me when it came to this podcast. I encourage you. This is y'all will not hear from Twisted Twenties until next year, y'all. And I have so much in store for y'all next year. This is the last episode of 2022. Okay. I just had to do this episode because I wanted to encourage you. I want to encourage you. I want to encourage you. I want to encourage you the way that she encouraged me. The way that she encouraged me to keep going. You have to do the work. You have to be obedient, even if you are fearful, even if you are insecure, even if you're overthinking, even if you feel overwhelmed. Step out of your pride. Do not be prideful about the things that God is asking you to do. Pride will keep you in a place of inconsistency. Pride will keep you in a place of lack. All these things that I have been talking about all year long, I am realizing that the reason why I have been in these places and in these spaces is because I have been so prideful. Instead of just being obedient to what God has asked me to do because of the bigger picture. But I'm going to tell you, God showed me the bigger picture tonight through that review. Through that review, I was able to see that it is so much bigger than me. People's souls, people's lives are at stake. God is depending on me to use every single circumstance, every situation, every hurt, every pain, every depression, every sleepless night. He's using every single thing that I have gone through to encourage, to uplift someone else. And since in the 4 years I have been doing Twisted 20s, this is the first time that I have ever looked at it like that. 33 days. And by the time you're listening to this, you don't even have 33 days anymore. You're most likely down. Let's see. I'm recording this November 30th. Is that 31 days in November? No, there's not. So at this point, by the time you are hearing it, you only have 31 days. 31 days. You have a whole month. A whole month to start that very thing that God has been pressing you to do. I feel this so heavy in my spirit. God is going to do some things next year that we are not prepared for. And He is telling us, get prepared. Start setting foundations. Start planning. Start writing out what you need to get done. Dr. Akia said something last night. She said, preparation, purpose, and promotion. And the way she said it, I liked it, but I'm going to say it in my own way. Where there is preparation, there is promotion. And promotion is always tied to purpose. Preparation, purpose, and promotion. Where there is preparation, there is promotion. And with promotion, there is purpose. Get prepared. Get prepared for the things that God has been telling you He's going to do in your life. I used to be one of those people, okay, God said He's going to do this, and I would do nothing. I would treat God like a literal genie. 3 wishes, rub the bottle. Oh God, I want this, and expect Him to do it. And I not do nothing. I not lift a finger. I have said this before. This is the most I have ever been consistent with Twisted 20s. The most I have ever been consistent. And God, week after week, poured idea after idea after idea, episode after episode after episode after episode. He poured it into me. Every single idea that I came up with, He gave to me. Because I was in alignment with what He had called me to do. And I don't want you guys to think this episode is just about Cheyenne. It's not. It is dedicated to her, though. Cheyenne, when you hear this, First of all, I want you to reach out to me on social media. I want to connect with you. You can DM me at im.tlouise or on the Twisted Twenties podcast page, whichever one. I want to connect with you. I want to meet you. But outside of that, I want you to know this. And everybody else that is listening to this episode. God is preparing you for something. God is going to promote you. It is time for you to take the next step in your purpose. And you can no longer allow the pain, the hurt, the insecurities, the inconsistency to prevent you from preparing for your promotion. Another thing they said last night at church that really touched me, they said that God's greatest desire is for you to live a life full of deliverance and in abundance, so that we can help others do the same. This podcast has been my deliverance. This podcast has been abundantly joyful for me. And I don't think it's a coincidence that I started losing my what's the word? My mojo, towards the end of October. It makes sense. It makes sense why I started losing my mojo. I didn't feel motivated. I didn't feel the energy to do it. It makes complete sense. And Cheyenne, I hope that you are encouraged by this episode. I hope that you are encouraged, and I hope that you are motivated to go after the very purpose that God has given you. I pray that your gifts and talents will be used for the glory of God. Like I said, y'all, this episode was not like my normal episodes. It was really more just, I had to get this out. I just had to get this out. And y'all, I'm going to share this with y'all because I was so excited about some of the stuff I'm working on. Like, I just signed up to be a part of the Amazon influencer program. I didn't even think I was going to get approved, y'all, but I did. And you know why I got approved? Because God is moving in my life. God is doing something in my life because of my obedience, because of my consistency, because of my will and desire to go after the purpose that He has given me. I got approved. I'm still setting up stuff. I'm still building up my list. Not only that, God gave me an amazing idea for my brand. God has been showing me so many things in these past 2 days. Yesterday and today. Really, today is when He really started like just pouring all types of stuff in me. And I'm like, God, it's so much. It's just so much. And I'm just filled with so much joy, so much energy. And I'm just so excited about what He's doing. Like, y'all, this is just the beginning. Like, this is just the beginning. I cannot express that enough. Like, Cheyenne, you will not be the only review. You will not be the only person to leave a review like that on Twisted Twenties. You will not be the only one. You will not be the only life that I impact. You will not be the only life that I touch. Because God made me a promise. And He will fulfill His promises. But we have to move out of a place of pride. Some people think pride is not wanting to ask for help or, not wanting to depend on people. Sometimes pride is not getting out of the way of yourself. Sometimes pride is not being obedient to what God has told you to do because you're thinking about yourself. And for me, that's what it was for me. I just had to get this out, y'all. I really did. I have enjoyed doing Twisted Twenties this year. This has been the best year of Twisted Twenties that I have had. And I have enjoyed every single episode that I've recorded. Every single episode. I hope that you guys are ready. I hope that you guys are ready Twisted Twenties is going to be doing major things next year, and I'm still trying to decide if I want to bring it back January 1st. I know that's kind of like cliche, but I'm still like battling with that. And as I'm in my time of prayer and fasting, I really am going to ask God, when do I need to relaunch? Because there's so much content, so much that's about to happen that I'm just, I just wish I could tell you guys more. But if you guys follow me on YouTube or TikTok, you guys will be able to really see like more of my behind the scenes, because I'm really about to start like creating content. So since you guys will not be getting any Twisted 20s episodes, you guys can follow me on YouTube, because I will be posting YouTube videos in December. So if you want to know more about like what's going on behind the scenes, you can follow me on YouTube, on TikTok, Instagram, and things like that. But I'm definitely excited, and I'm so excited. And Cheyenne, I just want to tell you, I love you. I appreciate you, and I thank you so much for leaving such an impactful comment on my podcast. And I really and truly appreciate you. And I appreciate every single one of my supporters. Thank you all for being here with me on this Twisted 20s journey. Until we meet again, peace, love, and blessings. T. Louise.